Hey, welcome back, everybody. This is Mike Brenner coming to you with the Brenner Blast and the Brenner Breakdown. Saturday, March 10th. March Madness is here. I've heard some friends go, yep, March Madness getting ready to start. What do you mean? It's already started. These conference tournament championships are absolutely mad. It's awesome. And yesterday, college basketball was very, very good to me. It's one of those days where it's like you know you're in a zone with something, but when you veer off of that, you dip in. It is what it is. It's the ebb and the flows. But 1 and 2 on the video picks, 2 and 2 on the paid picks. But all my college basketball that I touched, and I touched between I got 6 spots total between some late stuff that I added that I played on my account and the ones that I put out on the paid picks and the video picks. But all of them, all 6 of them won. Not one of them was even close. So it was one of those days. So we got that momentum. We got that emotion. It's rolling in college basketball. NBA last night, Cavaliers got their asses handed to them by 20 to the Clippers, so shame on me. And the Rockets, I still like the bet. I would have took it again. They almost pulled it out. They grinded it out, hung in there with Toronto, ended up losing on the road by 3. Can't get number 19 in a row, but I'm telling you, Houston, team is for real. Toronto, Dwayne Casey, is this the year he has the right recipe? Can he coach to another level? Because that's what it's going to take, guys. That coach has to coach at another level for them to represent the East. I'll stick to that all the way down. All right, because let's not forget, night before they were struggling against Detroit, went into overtime. So Toronto shows up when it wants sometime. But this year, more than any, might be their time with Cleveland being a weak link in the East. All right, guys. Hey, on a serious note, Jim Kelly, my heart and soul was out to him and his family. We all know 3 days ago they announced that his cancer came back. All right, well, I have a report that it might be worse than people know. So my heart and my family's thoughts and prayers are out with you, Jim Kelly, and your wife and your children. You talk about the epitome of grind it out, never quit, and family first. That's Jim Kelly and his family. That's how they beat it several years ago. Cancer has come back. They're going to regroup. They're going to stay Kelly strong. And by God, Jim, our thoughts are with you, buddy. All right, let's get this done. Man, I hate to hear anything like that. It keeps everything real, though, because that right there is more important than anything we got to talk about today, bar none. Trust me, more important than anything. Kelly family, we're with you. Okay, let's get into it, guys. Let's have a great day. Let's bounce back in NBA. Let's keep that college basketball momentum going because, baby, I feel it picking up. Got some early games, all right? Here we go. Alabama versus Kentucky. Kentucky's favored by 4. Alabama, they've lost 16 of 18 to Kentucky, but this is a whole different culture at the Alabama University for basketball. Avery Johnson has brought a winning attitude like none other that I've seen in a long, long time, with Alabama, other than their football with Coach Nick Saban. But Avery Johnson, he's rebuilt that program, and they believe they're playing really good ball right now, and they're dangerous. Kentucky, they jumped out early and often yesterday, and they dominated Georgia. I'm off this game today. It was a casher for us yesterday, but Kentucky, because that one-and-done crew, you never know with them. Anyway, they're favored by 4 against Alabama. Roll Tide, roll. Then you got Memphis taking on Cincinnati. Cincinnati's favored by 16 points in this game. My God! I mean, Memphis got everything to play for. If Memphis can hang in there and get a win, they can go to the dance and do that salsa, baby. Cincinnati, though, they pounded this team by 14 earlier in the year, but they're winning, doing nothing but having sloppy offensive performances their last 5 games. So Cincinnati, someone must know something I don't know. I'm totally off of that 10-foot pole. Cincinnati favored by 16 against Memphis, early games. And then you got Arkansas taking on Tennessee, baby. Arkansas is peaking at the right time. They beat Florida 80-72. It was their 8th win in 10 games. They're playing better defense, and again, you can never peak at a better time than conference championship tournaments. So I'm telling you, if they can ride that momentum, that could take Arkansas all the way to the dance. I love Coach Rick Barnes. He's selling, and that team is buying at University of Tennessee. Been a long time since they've had that edge, but they got it right now. They have to pick up some steam, though. They got lucky yesterday, and the whole team said it, but they struggled with Ole Miss. They pulled it out 61-58. Right now, that line is out. -3.5 favor in Tennessee against Arkansas. -3.5. I'm going to stay off of that one. Then at 3:30 Eastern, Houston taking on Wichita State. Houston, we don't have a problem. This team is playing unbelievable. I'm talking about Houston Cougars. 4-1 ATS in a neutral spot, so they don't care where they go. They're running, they're gunning, they're peaking at the right time, and they're having some fun. Wichita State, though, that is a team that everybody knows. They got a great bench. They got a very, very deep bench. So know, if they start off slow like they've been doing and they're not hitting accurate shots like they've been doing, they have that strength underneath and on the bench to sustain long games. Right now, it's a pick'em. Houston Cougars versus Wichita State. I got no call in that one. And then at 6 p.m., you got two great games. West Virginia versus in the Big 12, Kansas. You got a coaching battle, baby. West Virginia, Bob Huggins going to take on Bill Self. Bill Self has won this tournament 7 times in his 15-year tenure at Kansas. That speaks volumes, guys. And also West Virginia, that lockdown D. Here's a team that if they could get this signature win, they will go do the salsa at the big dance. That'll punch their ticket. Right now, it's -1 favoring Kansas. I'm off of that game. Providence against Nova. Excuse me here. Providence, they're gritty. They love to grind it out. They've already beat Nova once, even though they lost to them once, so they know how to play this team. They're getting 12.5 points. That's one hell of a lot of points for anybody in a Big East tournament, you know. And again, this is the championship game. That's a lot of points. Nova, though, they seem to peak at the right time. They're healthy. Jay Wright says we got to keep them focused, though. These guys are already looking for shoes to go dance in. He said they got to remember we got one more game in this conference championship to think about. So I think they'll be ready. I think that team's just fun. They believe they can repeat as champions. Nova -12.5 in the Big East championship game. No call on that one. All right, then you got UNC versus Virginia, ACC tournament championship game tonight. UNC beat Duke in a dogfight. Virginia beat Clemson yesterday in a dogfight. So they're both coming off of games where they had to grind the whole entire time. This is going to be one that might come down to the legs. North Carolina, 4 games in 4 days. Virginia, they have an extra day's worth of legs that are rested. Virginia's favored, -4 against UNC. And then you've got USC versus Arizona. All right, guys, this is going to be classic. The Pac-12 title game. USC routed Oregon by 20. They're just playing unbelievable. They believe, they don't care, they're having fun. Arizona, that's a story that had a lot of emotion when it came down to Coach Sean Miller getting suspended for 1 game, doing the investigation. Now no one's even talking about it. Well, it is right now available. Arizona on the full game -1.5. 10 p.m. Eastern tonight, the Pac-12 title game. They're going for their 3rd title in the Pac-12 in 4 years. So nobody can tell me Sean Miller doesn't get his team up for this tournament. He does. And Ayton, I'm telling you right now, Ayton was in beast mode again. 32-14 yesterday in the big win against UCLA. So USC, which routed Oregon by 20, is facing an Arizona team. Guess what? We're on it. We're pulling that trigger, baby. Arizona Wildcats on the full game -1.5. That's right, Arizona full game -1.5 to get it done late tonight. All right, let's talk about it. I've got a teaser and I want to put it out there. It's a Brenner 3-team teaser, 7 points, college basketball only. So write this down. And I've already done the adjustment. The 3-team teaser will be North Carolina +11, Kentucky +3, and Nova -5.5. So that's 2 college basketball picks. We got Arizona on the full game -1.5 and a 3-team teaser. North Carolina, Kentucky, and Villanova. All right, let's talk about some NBA action. Very, very limited slate. Bounce back night for us, but it only takes one to bounce back, and I like the one that we got. We're going to be all over it. But first, talk about Washington playing Miami. Washington 38-28 on the year. Miami's chasing this team. Miami 35-31. This could be that somebody going to pay for that shit game, as Washington got the best of them last time they played. That wasn't 4 days ago. D-Wade, he's fitting back into Miami. He's looking like his old self. He's even got a little strut to his walk there. All right, he's had 3 strong 20-plus point games in his last 5 or 6. All right, it's a whole different role when he was coming off the bench in Cleveland. So he's glad to be back. Hell, who wants to be in Cleveland this time of year? Hell, who wants to be in Cleveland? I'm just kidding, guys. But right now, the full game is -2.5, favoring Miami. I've got no call on that, but Miami at home needs this game. John Wall effect's playing itself out. Otto Porter, he's got some hip issues for Washington. Be careful on that one. Miami favored -2.5. Then you've got the Orlando at the Clippers. That's -11.5. They're not going to the playoffs. Be careful. Then you got Charlotte at the Suns. Oh, wait a minute. They're not going to the playoffs. Stay off of that one. Then you got the definite biggest one, that who cares game. Memphis against Dallas. Dallas is favored by 9. They got the worst record, I think, in NBA, and they're favored by 9. I'm off of those 3 games, but we will talk about this game because we got a call in it. Spurs going to take on Oklahoma City Thunder. The Spurs 37-28. Some nights they look like geniuses. Popovich as well. Some nights they look like a damn high school team. I don't understand it. All right, OKC, we all know what they're about. You know they have not beat a team with a winning record in over 32 days. Holy cow. So, are they overdue? I don't know. Here's what I like, though. The Spurs are coming to OKC. The race is on, and pride down the backstretch, baby, because I think the Spurs are going to be tired. You got Gasol, Parker, Aldridge, Ginobili, Rudy Gay. Hell, those guys could shoot a damn commercial for one of those aspirins for old-timers, for crying out loud. But I don't know. You can never give up on a Popovich team. But I think tonight they're going to be tired, baby. I like OKC, realizing they haven't beat a team with a winning record in a minute. They're going to come out early. They're going to come out often. We're pulling that trigger on the first quarter, -1.5 with OKC Thunder. All right, guys, a total of 3 picks. I got that teaser, which I already put it out there for you for college basketball. North Carolina, Kentucky, and Villanova. We have Arizona tonight in the Pac-12 championship on the full game, -1.5. And our third pick for the video picks is OKC Thunder, the first quarter, -1.5, baby. Let's get it done. Have a great weekend, guys. Pay it forward. Spend that quality time with your family. And don't forget, please don't forget, stay disciplined during this time. It's so easy to try to climb a ladder of chase, and guess what? That ladder just collapses, so be very careful. If you get beat up for a minute, and that was the plan, those games, it's okay. You just rest. Tomorrow, you do it again. You come out, bam, and you get the edge, though. That's what you do. Don't chase that night. All right, guys, bet responsible. Beat your bookie. Build that back up with Brenner. We're in a college basketball zone. Let's keep it going. And don't forget, the Brenner Blast and the Brenner Breakdown is coming to you, baby. Hit that like button and subscribe YouTube channels. And our prayers are with the Kelly family.